So a couple months ago, I did a video talking about an incident that happened at one of my favorite stores, the Home Depot, and it involved their customer service manager at the store and a fellow YouTube video creator, Vince, over at VCG Construction. I gotta be honest with you, the whole thing was wild. It happened during one of his live streams, and I gotta be honest with you, it really upset me. So in today's video, I'm gonna talk to you about why it upset me. I'm gonna rehash a little bit of what happened in case you missed that. And I'm also going to give you an update of what is happening now between the Home Depot and how they reached out to VCG Construction, the other YouTube channel, and basically what's going on with that. So today's video is pretty interesting. So let's just get started with it. Now, if you're not familiar with VCG Construction, one of their things on the channel they do is store live streams or walkthroughs. And a lot of people love watching these things. What happens is they'll go through a Home Depot, they'll go through a Lowe's, he'll carry a phone, and he'll bring you deals such as the Ryobi deals here, the Diablo deals. This is right before Christmas. And a lot of their viewers will see those deals and like, I didn't realize those things existed. Let me buy them. Or sometimes he'll go in and he'll talk about a new tool release that they might have in stock. Home Depot, Lowe's, they know that Vince does this. This is not something new. He has been doing this for years and years and years, and he gets many views, and he does it very respectable. He doesn't go in there and start trouble like you see on TikTok or Instagram where you got pranksters going in and starting trouble with customers. He's not going in, starting a ruckus or whatever you want to call it. He goes in, he's very quiet, he's very respectable. He doesn't put cameras in people's faces, and it's a very popular segment that he has on the channel. Now, again, Home Depot, Lowe's corporate knows that Vince does these videos. He gets them many views. He sells them many tools. It's free advertising for this store. And sometimes, you know, to be fair, communication between large corporate offices like Home Depot, you know, information doesn't always get trickled down perfectly to store employees. So this employee probably didn't know who Vince was, which is fine, but it doesn't seem like he knew the policy very well, or at least the Home Depot didn't know their own policy very well. So what happened was Vince was doing his live stream. This employee, the manager, came up and said, you're not allowed to record here. And anytime a private entity tells you to stop recording in their store, you have to do that. That's fine. And Vince was shutting it down. Some people felt that he wasn't doing it fast enough, which is wild to me because, you know, I explained that in my previous video. I'll put it at the end of this one. Long story short, the manager didn't think Vince was going fast enough either, and he smacked the camera out of Vince's hand. And then Vince also claims that the store manager shoved him in the back and pushed him out of the store, which in my opinion is 100% not okay. I was really upset about that. Now, in that video, I had a couple different types of comments. I had a couple people saying that they felt it was okay that the store manager laid hands on Vince, which I think is wild. I would love to see those people and how they would have reacted if the store manager did that to them. Number two, I had a lot of comments saying that this is not okay. I had 98% of the comments saying this was not right. The store manager should not have done that. And I agree with them. So this was a big thing. And Home Depot, the corporate office, got wind of it because Vince made a video about it and I made a video about it. So what's the update? What happened after all this? Well, it was pretty interesting. I think Home Depot could have only answered this in one of two ways. Number one is they could have ignored this and pretended like it never happened, swept it under the rug and hope it went away. That wasn't going to happen, I don't think, because a lot of the viewers of the VCG Construction channel was screenshotting his live stream and then going over to X and responding in the Home Depot comment section, yo, what's up with this, Home Depot? What are you going to do about this? This is not acceptable. And that was pretty cool. The viewers had his back on that. They were supporting him because they did not like what they seen either. The second response was the response that Home Depot gave. And I have the response here. I have some notes about what Home Depot is actually doing about this situation. So let's talk about it. All right. So the first and probably the most important thing is that Home Depot and their social media team reached out to Vince over at VCG Construction and apologized. They said they were sorry, which is pretty freaking cool. Because I'll be honest with you, a lot of these larger companies, they don't do things like that. They ignore it. They brush it under the rug. So it was nice to see that the media team reached out to Vince and said, we're sorry that this happened to you. Not only did he get an apology from the social media team, it says here that they also had a video call with corporate representatives, social media, and creator partnerships. And they conveyed 4 main points. Severity. The company viewed the incident as a serious matter, not a minor annoyance. That is real nice-like. That means that they know that this wasn't cool. They know that the store employee was wrong here. The apology, they offered a clear, direct apology to Vince and his wife because his wife was there witnessing this. Now, this is where it gets interesting, and this is where the two issues sort of come to head. I had a couple comments in my comment section of the previous video stating that there was an absolute no recording at any time policy at the Home Depot, and that is not true. Not even a little bit true. But this is also where sometimes these large corporations have issues trickling down the information to store managers and employees. So let me give you an example. If you were to go to buy a Christmas tree at Home Depot, before you bought that Christmas tree, before you spent all that money, you said to yourself, maybe I should send this off to my husband or my wife. So I'm going to take a quick video or a quick picture and send this off before I spend $200-$300 on this Christmas tree. That's a recording. Would it be okay for a store manager to come and smack the camera out of your hand? No, they couldn't do that. There is a recording policy, but it doesn't involve what we're talking about today. Let me read this. Policy clarification. While Home Depot has a no filming policy, they clarified it is intended for news crews or disruptive pranksters, not for creators quietly filming deals. They admitted the enforcement in this case did not align with their company values. So to be fair to the Home Depot, yeah, they probably should have a no filming policy when it comes to these type of people. You don't want Action 11 News running into the manager's office. Tell me about this. Tell me about that. Why didn't you plow your driveway fast enough? Somebody fell and got hurt. Blah, blah, blah. You don't want that. You don't want these a-hole pranksters going in and throwing garbage cans over people's heads. You want to be able to trespass them, get them off their premises. That is not what Vince was doing. And they clearly state that this is not what the policy is written for. So, in return, there's an action plan. Multiple teams are now working to create clear guidelines for filming and better training for store leadership to prevent similar escalations, meaning that now they have the corporate office working on policies and procedures to prevent this from happening again. Because at the end of the day, when Vince does a walkthrough, when I do a tool deal video for Home Depot, like it or not, that is free promotion for Home Depot. That is our shtick over here. We talk tools. We talk Home Depot. We talk Lowe's. We're sending them business. People see the deals and then they buy the deals. We don't get paid from these companies to do this. This is free promotion. So why wouldn't they want that? So, were people right about the no filming policy? Yeah, to an extent, but not what they were saying in that comment section. Absolutely no filming, no pictures, no video. That's not true. It is for local news. It is for, pranksters. They stated it very clearly here. Now, what about the manager that caused a lot of this issue? Well, to be fair with him, he needed better training. He didn't get trained the way he should have been trained, if you ask me, or he would have known this. But he still did not handle this well at all. So the manager, Jack, the Home Depot stated they could not disclose specific employment details, but confirmed the incident was investigated and resolved internally. Now, whether that means he was fired, I don't like hearing people lose their job. But this guy, I don't know about this guy. I don't know if he was fired. Maybe he was just retrained. Either or, something needed to happen. Local leadership described the behavior as out of character, meaning that he's usually a nice guy. He's a great fellow. Maybe he is. I don't know this dude. So was he fired? I don't know. Was he reprimanded at least? Was he retrained? Yeah, I'm sure he probably was, because this is a black eye for Home Depot. This is not good. Whether or not you think YouTube creators are important or not, they hold weight. And people see these videos. This is a black eye for Home Depot, or it was. Let's get through this. Let's see if it's still a black eye. All right, well, what else did Home Depot do for Vince over there? Well, it says partnership. Home Depot offered to facilitate future filming trips for Vince to ensure safety. So, long story short, I'm guessing that if Vince wants to go film, he could probably call a corporate contact and they will contact the local store and say, hey, listen, Vince is coming in to film. Don't knock the cameras out of his hand. The second part is the Home Depot Creator Program, which he was invited to. It says he gets early access to products and affiliate commissions. Well, that's good for his viewers because now he's going to get early information about tool deals and releases, and he's going to be able to bring that to his channel. And as far as it goes with the affiliate commissions, well, that's good because Home Depot's not paying him to do these store walkthroughs. And God knows YouTube ad revenue sucks. So that's good. It allows him to continue doing what he is doing. But what is Vince's take on all of this? Well, Vince accepted the apology, noting that the company took accountability rather than hiding. He urged his viewers not to harass specific employees or stores and emphasized that his reviews will remain honest despite the new relationship with the brand. That's a good thing. I stated that in my last video. Nobody should go into these stores and cause trouble. Nobody should call these stores and give them issues, right? The issue seems to be resolved. And if he's happy with it, that's fine. Even though I went through it as well. Watching on my end, I was disturbed. I was saddened. I was angered. But I'm happy. Home Depot did the right thing. You know, they apologized. What else do you want? Is this employee still working there? I'm not really sure. If he is, I'm sure he's probably not going to do that again. Hopefully. You know, but there you go. There's your update. I want to know what you think. I think it's cool that Home Depot reached out and apologized. A lot of these other companies, these bigger companies, they don't do that. They don't care. They feel that we're just too big and what you say doesn't bother us. But they took responsibility. And I'm happy about that because I love me some Home Depot. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll put my other video somewhere right here. Back with more videos soon.